Okay, boys and girls, we looked at the different roots, the tap roots and the fibrous roots, and you can see here that I've drawn them for you. So I'm going to let your teacher pause the video at the end here so that you can do your drawings then. But you can clearly see that this is one long thick root with a few smaller roots coming from it, and then all of these are about the same length and many of them. Okay, the brown behind it would be the soil that remains on them. Okay, so one of the things, boys and girls, that I wanted to discuss with you is, what do you think the advantages of taproot are for the plant? Think about that. Why is it good to be what good does a taproot do for the dandelion or for any plant that has a taproot? Pause the video and talk to your fellow students about this. Well, boys and girls, one of the advantages is because it's long and thick, it reaches very deep into the soil, and it allows the plant to find water, especially in dry areas, in areas where there is not much rain. The other advantage, and you might have figured this out, is that it really holds the plant strongly in the soil, so that it's very hard for this to get this root out. This is why these weeds are particularly difficult in our lawns. Okay, but it really holds a plant into the soil very well. Can you think of other plants that have tap roots? If you remember from the video that carrots have are a tap root, they're a root vegetable, you're correct. This kind of looks like a carrot. Now let's look over at the fibrous roots. Why do you think it's good for the plant? What good do fibrous roots do for grass? Talk to your friends about that and pause the video. Well, you may have figured out that having many roots allows the grass, or whatever plant it may be, to gather up more water in a shallower area. So it gathers up more water in a shallower area. So that's what fibrous roots are good for. Okay, boys and girls, the first question: which roots hold the most soil after they are out of the ground? Okay, and I think you talked about that earlier with your friends. And if you wrote the fibrous roots held the most soil, you are correct. The next question: shoots have leaves, flowers, and bark. Do roots have structures like these? Now remember, the shoots are the leaves and stems and flowers above the ground. Okay, the roots obviously are below the ground. So if you answered no, they do not. They have smaller roots growing from larger roots, but they do not have leaves, flowers, and bark. Okay, the next question asks, how do the roots of schoolyard plants compare to the roots of bean plants? So when they say schoolyard plants, they're assuming we got these from the schoolyard. We could have. Mrs. Werner got them from her backyard. Okay, how do they compare to the roots of bean plants? So look at these, boys and girls, and I'm going to take this iPad off its stand and then go into the tank. Look at those roots. What do they look like to you? You are right, they look like the grass's roots, so they are very much like fibrous roots. So the bean plants have fibrous roots like the grass. All right, great job, boys and girls. I am going to pause the video here, or stop the video here, and your teacher can go to the beginning of the video so that you can show this if you can't see the whole thing, to label and to color and to complete. So until next time, see ya.